Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry. Took a few minutes here to try to get set up. Let's get this over here. It's been a while. I had for some reason, my microphone, it was off the table for a while because I had stopped streaming for a while. I had nothing really interesting to stream. Is this thing still going? Okay, it's still going. It's just just doing a lot of weird stuff. That's fine. So anyways, yeah, it's December 2nd, 2023. And I will turn the volume down on this. And it looks like we're good now. So, if you guys haven't heard of Railroader, check this out on... Now, I'm not going to play the volume or whatever because it's not my video. It's over. This is coming to Steam on December 15th. Right now, it is starting to show up on various streams all over the place. I kind of wish I had a shot at it, but I don't, so that's okay. Can't say I'd be lying if I said I wasn't jealous, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because it's 14 days away, or it's less than that. It's 13 days away now, December 15th. But I have seen the streams that are out there, and I'm not going to go copying streams that are out there. You can find them very easily right now. And this is blowing my mind. I expected it to be good, and from everything that I could tell, you know, when you take a look at these screens, number one, it wasn't that long ago they would show you, like, I knew about this, I knew about the derailments and all that. I didn't care too much about that. I mean, it's good. This part here with the dispatcher, it was shown about a month ago, and I was like, oh boy, because originally these were touted as ABS signals. Well, it turns out that they can be CTC signals. And I got really excited being a dispatching geek because I thought, well, wait a minute. So if you dispatch, is there going to be AI? And I kind of knew that AI things were being put in, but I wasn't too sure. It's not the AI you come to expect, like, say, from Run 8, but it actually has some advantages or more flexibility that Run 8 doesn't have. So, in retrospect, if that is its only weakness, everything else just is top of the notch. It's just I can't explain into just words or scenes without showing you. You got to see this for yourself. Unfortunately, I can't show you right now, but I mean, there's plenty of screenshots. You can wishlist this right now. This is not updated. This is coming on the 15th. If you look down to the November update, actually, if you just look at the trailer, it just says December 15th, this will be available to purchase. It is, for those of you that are looking for more single player than multiplayer, it's going to satisfy your needs big time. For those of you that are looking for multiplayer, from what I understand, from things that I have seen, it is going to satisfy you big time. For those, it's just, for those that are looking for something smaller and manageable, something I've been looking for years, I think this is going to satisfy myself and many others big time. I wasn't prepared to make this go live right now. I was going to wait until whenever the heck that I had this or whatever. But this is absolutely... I can't tout it enough. I've posted on Train Sim about it. I've tried. Obviously, my Discord, I took that down. I came to a point where I was just like, my Discord was so tired. It had no purpose. I wasn't really motivated to do the streams that I was doing, or doing the things I was doing before. It's got nothing to do with, well, it does, but it doesn't. I'd say it has nothing to do with Run 8. It has nothing to do... all things. They get to a point where you're just like, okay, what's next? And I don't know how long these guys have been developing this for, but I think as far as simulation wise, you're not going to see as advanced simulation. And if you're into, I'm not into steam trains. I even said that back in the time when Railroads Online. The reason why I don't play Railroads Online was because it got very boring, and the user experience was horrible. No, they got sounds here. I still have sounds. I don't need to do that. Let me just plug that in, and well, I'll probably go to the video anyways. But it just blows my mind what this is capable of right now. I got 3 viewers in here. And my current bitrate is going about 4 or whatever. How's it going, guys? I'm only going to be keeping this real quick. It's 5 Eastern. I'm going to head out and go grab something to eat. Heis, which is a very popular name. He's got this is how cool this is, because I thought this was neat, because he's developing a simulator of his own, yet he supported Railroads Online for a long time. He did the music for them. I don't know if he still does Railroads Online at all, but he's got Century of Steam, which is in his development. Now that's more of the narrow gauge, like the other, and yet he is out there right now with a stream. I was blown away. He's got a key for Railroader too. I'm like, holy crap. So I got another one to watch. There's a lot of content this weekend. I have spent pretty much a good chunk of last night and today. There's a lot of content out there. If you just simply look on YouTube and type in Railroader, you're gonna find it. It's like, let me just go into my history here. I'll show you some videos. I'll show you the videos right now. Watch history today. I do not know what that is. I don't know what these are. Okay. Well, my son's been watching, interested in the baseball stuff, which I'm still interested in this whole Shohei Ohtani thing. Heis has got one live right now. There's 800. He's got 872 people. Kerbo, he was the first one that I had seen online that actually went online. SP is on here. He's had his first look. He's got more videos scheduled. This is another viewer. I'm not gonna make comments of what's better or what's worse. It's unfair to them. I think I'll let you guys decide what you like. But there's plenty of content out there, and if you don't like one, go and take a look at another, because there's a lot of people who are showing this right now, and it's great that we got that hype for 2 weeks before this comes out, a couple Fridays from now, and it's coming out in the morning. I'm going to be working that Friday, but that weekend, I mean, look out. The tutorial takes about 90 minutes. I have seen that on some of the other videos. It's a fairly extensive tutorial. There's also manuals. There's a lot of user friendliness that's out there. SP just uploaded his second. Yeah. Heis is live. And the last one that I was on, where was it? Kerbo. Yeah, Kerbo towards the end here, he was showing off some of, like, for the most part, he's basically stuck to the main. There is actually a storyline, believe it or not. I was blown away by that too, and it's not so much it's not so much that I'm into stories, because I'm really not. It doesn't have to be that way for a simulator, but it kind of makes sense because the whole storyline. I'll just let you guys in on this. And I didn't know exactly if there was a storyline. I knew it was based on the Murphy branch. We actually were up that way. It's basically a shell of its former self now. They hardly run anything down it. A lot of it doesn't even exist anymore. But they the storyline is that there was a flood, and you're basically taking over the railroad and rebuilding it, and bringing customers back into the area, etc. What was really cool, I saw the map, and I wasn't too sure exactly if it was just because it was the pre early access release, and it was just a version to show what was done, and that they were still building stuff. They could still be doing it in some sections, but it starts with just a couple of towns, and the first major, well, there's actually there's a story with the steam. There's a steam engine that is derailed at the facility, that has to be re-railed. So they teach you how to do the re-rail in the thing. You rescue it with another engine. You bring it into the shop. It gets repaired. You have to hire a shop crew, or a shop crew of one or two that can work on it for a day. I think they only go for a day. I'm not sure. Pretty sure of that, but and they go ahead and they'll fix your engines. Plus, they'll fix cars if you derail them. So if you derail them, there's a cost. There's a cost in your reputation, and there's a cost to fix them. Plus, there's wear and tear on all vehicles. So right away, the cool thing, even without the story, is the fact that the shops have a function. That's something that I've always tried to, I've always wanted to see in Run 8, but it's never been quite there. You have a lot of these industries, some big, huge car repairing or building industries and whatever, and they have absolutely no function. I don't know what goes there. I don't know if you spawn loads, and the setup that's required to get Run 8 just going. This thing is so plug and play, and I don't want to harp on Run 8. I really don't. It was the last thing I did. That's why I always go back to the last thing that really drove me and try to compare it so that you guys know where I'm at. I think Run 8's great. I think Run 8's, the best quote-unquote simulator out there. But as far as full simulation of modern diesel locomotives, I saw the early diesels in this sim, and it was looked pretty impressive. Now, will it simulate exactly to all proper physics like Run 8's got it? I don't think so, and that's okay. But this isn't TSW. This isn't. I probably think it's better than Trains too, as far as simulation ability. I'm not positive on that. I don't run Trains too much. It's been a while since I've run it, so my son could probably tell you that. But I also don't run Trains for a living, so I can't tell you. But it seems real enough to me, or it's close enough to being realistic to me. It feels like you have loads, or at least from what I see, it feels as though it's pretty damn good. And that's beside the point. Getting back to the storyline, you get into the storyline, and there's a bridge that's washed out. So once you start actually, you have a few industries that you got logging industry that you have access to, plus you have access to the interchange, so you can start buying contracts. Then you can go ahead and you can proceed to the next stage, and that is to get a river bridge fixed. So far, the most I've seen at that level, although I have seen this in full, the developers have had this in full for a long time. I had no idea that they had these early stages because they never showed their hand at that, or at least they never had it programmed or whatever to that point. They might have had the sandbox part, but then they had this whole progression of starting your own railroad, and it's just like it's so inviting because I knew it already had the money. I knew you could buy cars, engines, um, and all that other stuff. But then I realized there's no signals. I'm like, there's supposed to be signals in this. I was wondering if they were even. It was like, oh no, that's a future down later. You gotta get the diesel facility set up if you want diesels. You gotta do all kinds of things. You go up into the end of the first stage, and I saw the cars being dropped off today, and then I looked at the end of the line. At the end of the current line had a bumper. The bridge was there, but there was no ties or anything like that. There was no rail on the bridge, but the bridge was there, and there was a tree over on the other side that was way too close. I can tell. I'm almost sure that that's an Easter egg just waiting to happen. That tree is going to be somehow cut down or something like that in one of the second or third stages. I don't know. But the first stage, you get a dozen or so cars that you have to bring up there that have, you've got ballast, you've got wood, you've got, I don't know what else there was. I wasn't paying attention right at that point when he was looking at the various cars. But yeah, I've watched about 7 hours since last night. I've watched 7 hours in 24 hours. Yeah. Or did I watch a little at lunch yesterday? I think I watched a little at lunch yesterday because that's when I first saw it. So I only watched 30 minutes then. That was part one of the tutorial when I realized things started getting hit and that stuff was coming in. So, but it was just like absolutely crazy. So it just blows me away that it has all those elements, and it's got some interesting functional AI too, because when you're the conductor, you can basically act as the conductor. You can ride the rails. You can go through different views and whatever, and you can call out like 20 cars, 10 cars, 5, just like you would hear on a scanner if you're listening to a conductor talk to his train. 2 cars, half a car, stop. But the engineer's still smart enough as well to not necessarily 100% rely on the conductor, especially knowing that there are trains there. So, I mean, once he's coupled up, he'll feel it, he'll stop. So, it's pretty good, and he's not gonna purposely derail the train. He's not gonna go over the speed limits. I imagine he obeys signals and switches. I know he obeys switches. I imagine that would apply to signals as well. He doesn't stop at passenger stations automatically. You have to set up fusees, and you have the ability to set up fusees wherever. And the whole primary purpose of those is to stop AI trains, from what I understand, because otherwise there's really no point, I don't think, to have the fusees up. But they're set up. They look cool. There's day-night operations. You can run at 1 time speed. You can run at whatever. I don't know what the highest multiplication that you can run at. I think you can run like 6 and 1 to 8 or 8 times or something like that. Or you can also skip an hour if you want to skip ahead an hour. You say you're waiting for some cars to unload or whatever. Some do unload a little bit quicker than others, like at the logging industries. They tend to load and unload a little bit quicker than the box cars do. At the other industries, they tend to take a day. It takes more than a day to repair most equipment, which is cool. You can get halfway through. Not too sure. I mean, you might be able to hire 2 guys. I think you can hire 2, and then it'll get done quicker or not ever. I haven't really. Obviously, I don't have it, so I don't know. I've certainly put a request out. I doubt I'm going to. Doubt I'm even big enough or known enough to, in the bigger scheme of things. Like if you look at some of these channels, these guys have huge subscriberships compared to me, and they're trying to get this out to as many people as possible. So I totally get it. I've tried to pitch that I am willing to put it out there as well. I mean, if you look at Train Sim, which I don't necessarily think is more of a site more than most people don't use forums these days. Everything's Discord. But if you go over to Train Sim, and if I go into the forums here, and I look at like Run 8 has its own section. I have it's been pretty dead here for a while. Like, I mean, the last post is in November. I posted back in September. I was still, doing stuff in Pittsburgh. That was the last screenshot that was posted to this forum. Most of this is Microsoft Train Simulator Open Rails, but there is a section here for where is it? Right at the very bottom. Workers in resources, Soviet Republic. That's fun too. Haven't heard much about that for a while. So, I mean, it says today at 4:57. That's a different time zone. I don't know where the workers. It's probably hidden, but I've been basically one who has cheerleaded this. So you can see. Like, I mean, this is it's coming to early access 2023. I posted this back on November 10th. That's when I first heard about it, and that was around the November update. So there's a lot of stuff like the CTC, Union Switch and Signal, all that other stuff. So I've done my best to do what as best as I can to try to get to the community and say, hey, look out for this. And I can tell you quite literally that oops, I guess I shouldn't be in that one. Let me go back into this here just to give us something to look at. But man, that volume's still. There we go. But just to basically, I would do everything I could to possibly stream this to you guys right now if I could. I can't. But on the 15th, everybody gets it. Who wants it? And if you talk about the price, $30. Come on. I mean, $30. I heard that it was $30. I said, you gotta be kidding me. At the price that some of the Sims out there and their so-called competitors are offering, and the prices that they're offering, and these guys are offering it at $30. I don't know what they. I hope for their sake that they're going to get paid good. I really do, because I think they deserve it, and I think I really think that this is going to have a lot of momentum. It's not the diesels or the modern diesels and the modern big 100-car trains and all that other crap, but the fact that it has that it has that simulation involved in it is absolutely amazing. Just the level of plug and play, quality of life was a word that I've heard on the stream, and that's a great term, because you don't have to set up anything. You just play it. You play it. You save it. If you wanna run, if you just want to run any train you want to run and just start popping cars down and do whatever you want, you can do that too. If you want to derail trains for the fun of it, I guess, go ahead. But this isn't like a derail valley either. This is not going to be a derail simulator. The derailment is a punishment. You derail, it's not just a matter, yeah, it's fairly easy to get the cars back on. That's not, like I said, it's not a derailment simulator. The idea is it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you reputation. It's going to cost you repairs. And you're only going to start off with like $5,000. And this is, money's hard to come by at the beginning. So there's going to be some grinding involved. I'm all for it because the grinding is, because then you build up your reputation, you start getting bigger contracts. So you have contracts and you can create waybills. So if there's demand for whatever, you can create a waybill. You can start creating waybills. I think, if I recall, I think that's the two ways you can do it. Is you can create waybills. I forget. I forget. I think it's more of a contract thing, but I gotta look into that. From what I can tell, there is the contracts, and there's different tiers. So there's like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. There might be other tiers too later on. I have no idea. It's just we'll wait and see. And at the least, as far as I'm concerned, you've got. I heard somebody comment. My son was telling me about 5-10 minutes before I went on. He went upstairs for supper. He told me that it takes about 2 hours real time without stopping and just following the speed limits and everything. It takes 2 hours real time from get to one end to the other. And I believe it's 50 miles. It might be 80. I've heard rumors of that. I don't know. But whatever it is, I mean, 2 hours to get from one end to the other is plenty. I don't want any bigger than that, honestly. And the quality of life feature that this comes with allows you to basically be the conductor. You want to run a train. You want to be single player, you want to run a train, and basically tell it, hey, go. And you just make sure that the switches are done. As far as I know, I know you can transport to any location you want. You just click it on the map and boom, or you select the engine. I got a funny feeling you can transport to dispatcher's office. And you can play the role of dispatcher, train master, conductor all at once and have all these trains out there basically doing whatever. See that fusee there? That's how the AI trains know to stop. So, but I think there's an AI function to pick up so many cars, but I'm not positive on that. I could be wrong. I haven't seen this in the latest videos. Maybe that's something that they don't do. But they definitely will go to so many cars where you just basically hook up everything. I don't think the AI does that. But to be able to go in and do that, I think that's pretty cool. But so it's not quite as sophisticated as AI for, say, a trains. But to be able to call the actual train and tell, like, that CT Sport is absolutely beautiful. That's a Union switch and signal, the green and the black. It is modeled perfectly. The semaphores look good. Everything. And anyways, I'm just yapping and hyping, and I should have some supper so that I can rest my mouth now and get some food in my belly and go watch some more videos that are out there because there's a lot of it, and just whet some appetite for some more. And the 15th can't come quick enough for me. Can't wait. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. I'll check my comments if there are any. There's comments. Just Quincy's here. I'll talk to Quincy. On the 15th, they will make their money back twice over. Well, yeah, that's good. I just want to see them get paid more. If they're that good and they, the money that comes out, and don't get me wrong, I know there's time invested by everybody else, you know, and I'm not going to start naming any more names, but uh, Steam's going to get some heavy traffic. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Well, I'll definitely be someone who's right around this time on Friday the 15th. I will be I will be doing my purchase and download if there's not a pre-purchase already out there. There doesn't have to be a pre-purchase. I'm not worried about that. As long as I have it. Man, it's 31 minutes. I've just yapped about this game for 30 minutes, and I don't even have it. But I want it. Can't wait to have it. I wish I had a key to show you guys. You know I would be in it. I would be just streaming the hell out of this. But come the 15th, you can count on it. You guys that are going to be around for the holidays or whatever, you know, if you got some time off work or school or whatever, and you're there, trust me, I'm going to be having lots and lots of content on a daily basis. And I don't intend to burn myself out. I'm going to try my best not to burn myself out. But even if I do, I'll always come back for more on this. I think this thing's going to last for a while. I just got a good feeling about that. And the plan from here on out is I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to do single player for now, and we'll wait and see how much I can build single player. And then if it's open enough for more than one, you know, a few people, then I will look at starting to go the multiplayer route again, and we will relaunch an RTS server in 2024. But it's not going to be a 24-hour server. It's going to be just a server that, you know, we're going to go on and when I'm available and I'm able to run things. And I might visit other people's servers as well. You know, there's no reason why I can't visit other people's railroads, and some might be able to get along quicker or have more time or whatever. I got generally 4 hours a week. Usually my son and I split it. Right now, by the sounds of it, my son and I are both interested in this right now heavily. My son was never interested heavily into Run 8. I was never interested heavily into trains. He was never really interested in Derail Valley as much as I was. So him and I have been back and forth. I can tell you right now, both him and I right now are locked in on this. He's been with me, except for now, upstairs having supper. He has been with me all day. Originally, he said he wanted to wait. He wanted to get surprised on the 15th. He wanted to feel he didn't want to get spoiled. He didn't want to get the whole experience. I said, you're not going to get spoiled that much. I says there's so much stuff in that line, and there's probably so much more they're going to add to it. I says, why don't you? I says, don't deprive yourself. And sure enough, earlier today, he had a chance to play baseball. It was his term, and he said, and I was joking with him. I said, choo choo, and he was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I think so. And I'm like, yeah, I knew it. He couldn't even last from one night, something between last night and this morning when he came down. I was already watching 2 hours, and he was like, yeah, I gotta see this. I said, he says, I said, are you okay if I watch a stream that you've already seen? I said, yeah, sure. And then we noticed there was more stuff coming. I'm like, let's just watch this stream. Let's watch this stream. We watched like 3 content providers, and there's still Heist. I haven't watched him, and yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I can see. Honestly, most folks are gonna bypass single player right off, and multiplayer is gonna be a priority. The reason why I'm saying it is I just want to I want to learn it on my own and get comfortable knowing what it's capable of. And I've always been that way. I was the same way with when we were looking at Run 8 Pennsylvania and trying to set things up there, and then I just totally fell off a cliff. It was just like, and I can tell you right now, if you guys listened to me back then, I swear, listen to me when Pennsylvania came out. Was I this excited? Have I been this excited, honestly, in the past? Like, I'm talking to a friggin' blank screen for over 35 minutes here. Have I been this excited, and I've been watching this all day, have I been this excited about something in the last 3 years? And unless my memory and my Alzheimer's is coming on, I'm 51. You never know. Memory issues. I certainly have memory issues as it is already. I don't recall that. I know I've been excited when Run 8 first hit. I know I was excited for years. I know I was excited for version. Heck, I was excited for version 3. I do remember that. I was excited about the potential of version 3, but I don't think I was this excited. I left Railroads Online because I was doing Railroads Online when I left for version 3. And Railroads Online, I wasn't happy with the client version as it was, so I was kind of looking at it for an excuse to leave, and then version 3 came out, and it was just like, oh, it's not what I thought it was going to be, but it had some potential. Version 3 had it had a few things that caught my attention that I liked, and the AI the dispatching, and I think that was the big selling point for me because I thought to myself, oh, okay, cool. That's what I've always wanted to see. But it got dull, and it's not Run 8's. I don't think it's Run 8's fault. I mean, they have their time. They only have whatever time they have available, or the tools they have available, or the skills they have available. They do focus a lot more on scenery, whereas this guy doesn't really. They don't have as many buildings as they want. They don't have as many structures as they want. They've been openly saying that they wish they had more structures. So it does look kind of barren in a way, but it's a hell of a lot better than the desert. And it's got trees, and it's got nice flowing water, and the operations are there right out of the box. You don't have to set a damn thing up. I can guarantee you on Friday the 15th, I'm going to be downloading this after I've purchased it. I'm going to put it, and I'm going to be I'm going to spend the next 90 minutes going through that tutorial, and then right after that, I'm going to continue, and I'm going to keep building, building on to, not building as in building, but building on my railroad dynasty, or whatever the hell you want to call it. That's going to be coming out of that. I'll have two cities. I'm going to be working to expand. I'm going to be getting the logging cars, doing all the other stuff with it. Maybe, I'll get that other engine ready, do the passenger runs, do everything. I've seen how that's going to play out now. We don't know yet, and it's still going to be a surprise. And I don't think anybody's going to cover it. And the only person that could have covered it was probably me. I probably would have been insane enough to go through as much as I possibly could in 14 days. And I told Emmett, I says, maybe it's a good thing I didn't have the key, because had I had it, I would have built all this up, and then I'd have to redo it all again, because they would be incompatible, because it would be the preview stream, or the preview game, and the actual latest early access release or whatever. So it would be a different copy. But yeah, I got 11 years out of it. I didn't quite get 11 years out of it, but you know. I hate having to walk away from Run 8, but it's time to I let it go. I'll never say never. I'll never say never on Run 8 because Run 8 has always had a tendency of surprising me. Um, it's still on my system. It's still on my computer. You never know. And I wish them the best of luck. I really do. I hope maybe they see that the bar has risen because Train Sim World didn't raise the bar. Train Sim World might have raised the eye candy, but they didn't raise anything else but a money bag. And yes, I know it's popular, and yes, I know it sells copies, and I know people go out of their way to buy the latest route and all other garbage. Let them. And Trains, I mean, yeah, Trains 22. I've seen a lot of stuff on there, and I'm not going to pay for a subscription. I mean, yeah, I could pay less for it, but am I really going to go through all that nutty buddy garbage for Trains? I don't think so. My son's more into developing routes. I'm more into playing. So that's where we differ. But here, he's interested in playing this. He doesn't care about developing routes. And it's okay to like two. You know, he'll have his trains upstairs. He'll have the other. Spectacular, but they didn't. Now someone has stepped in from the point. It's upward and onward. Absolutely. Believe me, I wanted to step in. I wanted to be that. I truly, it wasn't to be better than Run 8 or anything like that, but I wanted to fill that gap that was missing, and there was a lot of gaps that were missing. They're still unfilled as far as I'm concerned, because Railroader goes back into a different. It goes into a different era and a different way of doing it, whereas I think my ideas were a little bit different, but I like these ideas. So for me, I couldn't do it. I mean, I tried. Like I really tried to get my head around the coding. I really tried, to do as much as I could with the 3D and all that other stuff. I just could not. I couldn't do it. It's too much, and I give credit to the Run 8 guys because, and I certainly give credit to Adam and the team who has taken Railroader to this point because on the 15th it all changes. It all changes. People are going to get and the other thing too that I have not seen very many bugs or issues. I saw one where somebody fell through the earth, but the odd thing was that hole through the earth wasn't in another playthrough that I was seeing, and that was the interchange yard. So I don't know what happened there. It could have been on the most recent build and somebody didn't walk there, or it just didn't load right. There are bugs that have popped up. I shouldn't say that there hasn't, because there's one bug where there's a stats not showing properly, and that got fixed. On the latest build, and it's already fixed. And they added some things that some of the guys were talking about. They were talking about the dynamo being too loud. So what happened was they put in a sound mixer. I was thinking that sound. We were hoping or, sorry, not me. I didn't care that much. I would have the dynamo scream and it wouldn't bother me. But the guy that was streaming, Kerbo Kibo. I'm sorry, I always forget his name. He was saying that he was hoping that they would eventually add one by the 15th, a mixer. Well, they added it for the next build the very next day, and the developers and the team, or the team at least. I didn't see Adam on any of the streams. I sent a private message to Adam as well too, but I haven't heard anything back. But that's okay. He's a busy guy, probably doing other things in life. But the team has been on these streams, so they're out there, and it's pretty good. According to Steam database, the build number for Railroader has changed multiple times in the last 24 hours. Oh, that's nice. Multiple times. That's interesting. And I know the play. I know the play. There's been people who have been play testing it for quite a long time. There is somebody. There is somebody out there who doesn't stream, I don't think, that says he has 160 play hours in this. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I'm trying to calculate how many hours on average I would do. I would do about 4 hours a day. So, 160. I mean, my son and I are out at the park baseball. We're at, I don't know what the hell we're at. We're over 100, I know that. That's him and I play. We've had that for a little bit. So, I was telling Emmett earlier today, I was like, damn. I says, it's going to be too bad that I'm not going to be playing out of the park baseball as much anymore. And I have all these other cool games too that they're there, but certain things take priority. I'm that type of person. I usually stick to one thing, and I just go with it. And as long as it doesn't bug me, and as long as it continues to be enjoying, and the experiences change and it's fun, I keep going with it. Out of the park baseball, I keep going with it. It's not perfect. I keep going with it. I don't care. But unfortunately, that's going to take a back seat to this. I know damn well it is. And I'm not going to regret it. Because I mean, you talk about a few weeks ago, I wasn't really thinking about Railroader that much. I knew it was coming, but it was just like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe it'll be cool. I was gonna buy it when it came out, anyways, but I wasn't sure. I mean, I was kind of it was an easy buy for me for a long time. But I wasn't too sure, despite being an easy buy, how much I'm going to be into this. This is insane for an early access game. I mean, it just blows my mind when I see this. I'm like, yeah. And this is where it's at the ground level. It can only go up from here. So, and I got ideas. I'll pitch ideas to them when I get a chance. I've already thought of a couple ideas, and they're small things. They're nothing made. They don't have to be there. A couple of ideas at Run 8, I gave ideas, and they got on. And Run 8 listens to their customers as well. So, yeah, they're definitely working on it. Yeah, sometime this afternoon before the live stream, there was a build that just came out. The last guy that was streaming, he said a build just came out, so that makes sense. Anyways, that's it for now. I've got to get some supper and get back to it and start watching. So, anyways, that's it for now, guys. I say guys, it's just you and I, Quincy. I think everybody else got tired of my rambling. They want to see it. They probably want to see it too, so they're out seeing it. I don't blame them. And you guys should go see it too. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. The sooner the better, but hey, if it's the 15th, then the 15th it is, and that's fine by me. I can wait that long. I'm jealous of the other guys, but that's okay. I've been jealous. Put it this way, I've been jealous of the developing team and some of the stuff they've been doing for a long time. So, but it's all good. It's not a bad jealousy. It's not an anger jealousy. It's an all in fun. So, soon enough, we're all gonna have a chance at it come the 15th, and this is gonna be awesome. And everybody's gonna be able to be at the same level and build and do the same things, basically, or different ways. I mean, there's gonna be options. I gotta stop yapping. Anyways, that's it for now. I'm just going to keep on talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. I'm like, yeah. I got to go out and eat and calm down for a while. Anyways, that's it for now. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you later. What was it? Oh, yeah, 5 hours ago. Anyways, see ya, Quincy. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you later.